members or the officers themselves.
Mr. Chair, with the greatest respect to my respected colleague and senior at the bar, the submission is made. It's very misleading. The provision is in respect of a matter of which a member of parliament, a clerk, or a speaker, or an officer of parliament is a party to. This is not it. Read it well. Learned former Deputy Attorney General. It is when you are affected by the order that the court, that you are as a person, that you have that temporary relief. And you know that. You know that. As a former Deputy Attorney General, with the greatest respect, I expect not to construe this provision in a manner convenient to you. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, the government of my preliminary inquiry was very simple. Can you, Mr. Chair, inform this House for our records as to whether or not you are in receipt of a court process? Simplicity. And I am happy that the Honorable Harry Nedrisu, in his submission, re-echoed the fact that we need our institutions to work for the sake of our democracy. You made that point. If we want our institutions to work, then it is important that we as parliamentarians must submit ourselves to due process, must give confidence to the citizenry that no matter how it is, we will respect court orders. Mr. Chair, an inquiry has been made. No amount of any noise will stop due process from taking effect. We would not allow unnecessary noise. Mr. Chair, if when the learned Attorney General was on his feet, former Deputy Attorney General was on his feet, the backbenchers on this side respected him, and I respect him. You better listen to me in silence. If you have a superior argument, get up, seek the attention of chair, and address this house. Stop this noise. Mr. Chair, we are raising matters of law and follow due process. You better sit down.
Let him raise it because ultimately the constitution recognizes that the person should feel.
Mr. Chair, if all of us go on the path that will help the cause of this matter, perhaps I would crave the indulgence of my colleagues to give due regard to Article 105 of the Constitution. Mr. Chair, with your leave, let me perhaps read that aloud and in extenso. A person who sits or votes in Parliament knowing or having reasonable grounds for knowing that he is not entitled so to do commit an offence and shall be liable on conviction to such a penalty as shall be prescribed by or under an act of Parliament. So, Mr. Chair, even if this determination, Mr. Chair, must come from you, and that is all. Let us know for the record. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair Clerk, we have heard arguments on due process, and to assure you that we are law-abiding citizens. What we do know is that service on a member And once you are elected, my colleague knows law. It's an irrebuttable presumption that he's an elected member of parliament. Until the merits of his case are so determined, he remains the elected representative of the people of Asin North. But for us to appreciate your due process, we should know when service was done, the bailiff who came to undertake the service, all that has to be tabled. But for our purposes, the Honorable Jache has not been served any process. He is going through lawful process, having been elected and Parliament hasn't been notified. What I stated is that the courts are only called upon to resolve disputes and conflict relating to the election of member of Parliament. He is duly elected and has not been served any purpose. He went through his registration. His name is listed here. It's listed in the official gazette.
Give us the proof of service.
So we need the proof of service to begin with, whilst we will also raise preliminary constitutional issues, because even to serve, there must be a speaker. As we speak now, there is no speaker in the Republic of Ghana. I thank you.
I need to Honorable members, my view is that the preliminary objection relates to whether or not this House is properly constituted for the purpose of electing Speaker or Deputy Speakers. Now, today, this afternoon, late afternoon, I received an order of interlocutory injunction from the Cape Coast High Court, which was served on me, clerk to Parliament, on Wednesday, 6th January 2021 at 4:55 p.m. The order was issued by His Lordship Justice Kwesi Boakye, Justice of the High Court sitting in Cape Coast. The registrar the person who stars Hamza, Deputy Chief Registrar. Who stars Hamza. And
Chairman, no. He said Hamza. Hamza is not a full name. We want proof of service and the full details of No. Said Hamza. Please don't go away. Your order sufficient.
Harun, please let him go through that.
Honorable Chairman of service, the full name of the then
honorable members, this is an order. This is an order. In the matter of Article 99 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana and in the matter of Section 16 of the Representation of People Law 1992, PNDC Law 284 as amended, and the matter of parliamentary elections for the Asin North constituency held on 7 December 2020, and the matter of a petition by Michael Ankuma Nimfa challenging the declaration of Electoral Commission of James Kwesi, aka James Jechi Kwesi as Member of Parliament elect for the Asinon constituency pursuant to the parliamentary elections held on 7 December. This application, having come on Monday, 4th day of January 2020, or 4th day of January 2021, before His Lordship Justice Kwesi Boakye, Justice of the High Court, sitting in Cape Coast, and upon reading the affidavit deposed by Michael Ankuma Nimfa, applicant hearing in support thereof, and upon hearing Frank Davis, Esquire, and with him Gary Nimaku and Frank Kusi, counsels for and on behalf of the applicant, hearing together with Abraham Amaliba, Esquire, and with him Edu Yabua of counsel and on behalf of James Kwesi, after James Jechi Kwesi, first respondent. It is hereby ordered that James Kwesi, after James Jechi Kwesi, first respondent hearing, is hereby restrained from holding himself out as a Member of Parliament elect is hereby restrained from holding himself out as a Member of Parliament elect for the Asinon constituency within the central region of the Republic of Ghana, and further presenting himself to be sworn in as a Member of Parliament elect as such until the final determination of the petition filed against him by the applicant hearing, given under my hand and seal of the High Court at Cape Coast, 6th day of January 2021. The day you vote in someone follow you. Finished. I was, yes. I was duly served, and I am therefore unable to recognize of election of Speaker. I will therefore accordingly proceed. Proceed with the conduct of these elections. Honorable members elect, any further nominations?
You are not helping me with this.
The chairman clerk, the Honorable Dr. Yeni was on his feet, and he was on his feet, elucidating information. Just tolerate him for 1 minute. Let's hear what information he requires from you in respect of the matter, because this record will be important in court. So allow us to hear Dr. Yeni. You said due process. Hear Dr. Yeni. He's been on his feet before leader will move his motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
You say Hamza is a registrar.
Mr. Chairman, when I was on my feet the first time, I raised a fundamental issue of legal procedure, due process of law. And Mr. Chairman, I am aware that Parliament is a master of its own procedure. However, Parliament is subject to the law, and the law of this land is that a procedurally defective service is legally ineffectual, is null and void and of no effect. And therefore, Mr. Chairman, I ask this a factual question in relation to proof of service. Can you show the proof of service to my leader? And then also, Mr. Clark, I am aware that the registrar of the Cape Coast High Court is one Mr. Hamza. He's not a bailiff. I have dealt with him in my court practice. The registrar is Mr. Hamza. He's not a bailiff. And therefore, if you are not formally served, that service is not and of no effect. Mr. Chairman. You are good, Chairman. So you should not.
Honorable Asachi Hassan, please, any more nominations?
What is it? Stop what? No, we are voting. Let the clerk speak. Let the clerk speak. Let him speak first. What are you talking about? My what? Hooligan. Hooligan. The chairman, as far as this house is concerned, you as the chairman has made a determination on this. I will proceed from there. The chairman, to propose that Professor Aaron Mike Okoye do take the chair of this house as the speaker. Chair, the Right Honorable Professor Aaron Mike the Speaker of the 7th Parliament of the 4th Republic, was born to Mr. E.G.N. Okoye of Osu, Accra, and he was a cocoa merchant. And also to Mrs. Felicia Awusiki Okoye, Nee Azu of Odumase Krobo, and the third of the 7 children on 4th April 1944. Professor Aaron Mike Okoye was brought up at Samakasi in the eastern region of Ghana, where he attended the Catholic and Presbyterian basic schools before proceeding to Presbyterian Secondary School, Udumase Krobo, his O-level, and Apam Secondary School for his A-level. He studied further at the University of Ghana, University of London, and Lincoln in London. He holds a BA Honors, Political Science, LLB Honors, BL, and PhD degrees, respectively. Chairman, Professor Aaron Michael Okoye's working life has been a combination of private legal practice, lecturing, active politics, civil society activism, advocacy on the marginalized in society, and pastoral care. Speaker Okoye is a barrister of the Supreme Court of England and Wales and a senior member of the Ghana Bar. As an academic, he achieved the singular distinction of winning within 4 years the coveted International Rockefeller Senior Scholar Award and the Senior Fulbright Scholar Award in 1993 and 1997, respectively. The Fulbright Award is considered the highest award in academia. He was a visiting scholar in connection with these awards in London and Virginia, George Mason, United States of America. He was the head of Department of Political Science at the University of Ghana, Legon, from October 1999 to January 2002, and also the Vice President of the Africa Association of Political Science from 1997 to 1999. He has researched and written extensively on good governance, conflicts, political education, decentralization, human rights, military intervention in politics, non-governmental organizations, rural development, parliamentary democracy, and gender.
He is a keen advocate of the rights of women, including affirmative action. He is one man who has regularly featured in conferences on gender in this country and abroad. His books and articles have been published in England, Canada, United States of America, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Ghana. His rich experience in African politics has been tapped by many institutions in Ghana and abroad. Professor Michael Quaye is an accomplished diplomat, legislator, politician, among others. Chairman, on the diplomatic landscape, he served as Ghana's High Commissioner to India between 2002 and 2004. As a politician and legislator, he served as the Member of Parliament for Bamekwa-Benya constituency from 2005 to 2013 January. He was the Minister of Energy 2005-2006, Minister of Communications 2006-2007, and the second Deputy Speaker of the Fifth Parliament of the Fourth Republic of Ghana between 2009 and 2013. His tenure as Ghana's High Commissioner to India recorded unrivaled achievements, which include the Ghana Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in Information Technology, a showpiece in Africa, the Ghana Presidential Palace and Office Complex, tractors and concession returns to revamp agriculture, and $102 million facility to Ghana, which had 48% grant element, 25 years of repayment period, 5 years moratorium, and 0.5% interest rate per annum. He served as Minister of Energy, as I said, and presided over the deregulation exercise, establishing a maximum application of the Tema oil refinery, unprecedented petroleum exploration, and actually negotiated and signed an agreement between Tullow Oil, which led to the first discovery of oil in Ghana, a recapitalization of the Water River Authority and the Electricity Company of Ghana. Those identified steps intensified to resolve same. Chairman, he also presided over the amendment of the VRA Act, the commissioning of the West African Gas Pipeline by President Kufuor, the signing of the Bui Dam Memorandum of Understanding with Sino-Haibu Corporation of China in September 2005. As Minister of Communication, Ghana and China signed a $30 million agreement for the National Backbone Project. The World Bank gave Ghana a $40 million concession facility after all the relevant benchmarks have been satisfied in record time. The Ghana Society for the Blind was provided with Braille computer system with the help of the government of India. He was in charge of the initial steps for the divestiture of Westo and Ghana Telecom. Ghana attained record tele density and rural telephony targets with Chinese assistance. As a parliamentarian, he took keen interest in legislation and made meticulous endeavor in detecting minute slips. He made brilliant statements and various comments and contributions, which were rich in depth. He sat on the Committee on Members Holding Office of Profit, Standing Orders Committee, the Committee on Defense and Interior, Committee on Local Government, and the Committee on Communication. And he's both sides of the House whenever he presided. Having risen through the ranks to become the Speaker of Parliament for the 7th Parliament, Professor Aaron Makwe-Quaye's oral attracted many distinguished personalities to Ghana and to Parliament House, including the guest visit of the first ever sitting Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, Speaker Nancy Patricia Pelosi, who was also granted audience to address the House, the Prime Minister of Barbados, Excellency Mia Motley, who also addressed the House, the Speaker of the House of Representatives Nigeria, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and the Speaker of Uganda, Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, who also visited on the Speaker's invitation and gave a very brilliant lecture on affirmative action and women's participation in politics. As a legislator himself, Right Honorable Professor Okwe's passion for affirmative action led him to initiate measures to advocate for women and children, inclusion, people with special needs, and gender equality. He has also shown interest in the welfare of the marginalized in society, including various donations to persons with disabilities, and sought release of a pregnant woman from the Islam female prisons. Chairman, the Speaker's passion, together with the assistance of leadership of the House, have led to the rapid passing of bills, albeit in a very meticulous fashion. A number of these attracted considerable public interest. The swift pace at which the number of sittings, question time, statements on the floor, and legislations have been heightened under the 7th Parliament led by Professor Okwe is progressively unparalleled. During his tenure, Speaker Okwe presided over 600 plenary sittings and accepted over 3,214 papers, including bills, reports from committees of the House and ministries, departments and other agencies, waivers, resolutions, conventions and loan agreements, among others. Speaker Okwe presided over the review of the standing orders to reflect the needs of the House, and it's unfortunate that the House could not adopt the review standing orders before the House came to be prorogued midnight of the 6th of January. Professor Michael Okwe was also the first to have introduced sign language interpretation in Parliament for very obvious benefits of our disabled brothers and sisters. On the 18th of December 2020, the House passed the first ever private members' bill. And these two bills were under the supervision of Professor Michael Aaron Okwe. Mr. Chairman, Parliament has steadily seen various extension works championed by Professor Okwe under the physical infrastructure and enhancement projects, which include the Job 600 annex to accommodate offices for all other members of Parliament who hitherto had no offices, visitors waiting center, drivers waiting center, and the chamber support services block. He also spearheaded the facelift of the existing parliamentary chamber. As an academic, Professor Michael Okwe took keen interest in revamping the Parliamentary Training Institute. There are many things that he has done to improve institutional structures in the system and human capital and talent development as well. He's also done a lot to promote staff welfare, and the measures that he has superintended over, the Chairman, are unprecedented in the annals of Ghana's parliament, notably the 7th Parliament. He has also shown keen interest in building a knowledge hub for Parliament as an institution. The ingenuity of Right Honourable Speaker Okwe has provided members of Parliament and staff opportunities to participate in several sub-regional and international learning experiences. He ensured that the rich experiences and learning outcomes are documented and bound for historical references. It is noteworthy that under the leadership of Professor Aaron Michael Okwe, the following books have been published for the first time: The Rulings of the Speaker, Statements on the Floor, Private Members' Bills in Ghana, a guide, addresses by the Speaker and leaders of this House. Mr. Chairman, Professor Michael Okwe employed his diplomatic skills to resolve many conflicts, petitions, and issues brought before him. He would be remembered for resolving international trade issues between Ghana and Nigeria in September 2020, and several ambassadors and international partners have called on Speaker Okwe with regards to pertinent global issues. He is a founding member and a key spokesperson in advocating for Africa's debt cancellation to alleviate the unprecedented socio-economic pressures caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Chairman, the Speaker Okoye, through his personal relationship with the Serbian government, acquired scholarships for 10 Ghanaian students. Through him, many students in Ghana have successfully completed their educational pursuits as he paid for their tuition fees. Mr. Chairman, Speaker Okoye also took upon himself to acquire invaluable assets for Parliament, including the Marine Drive Tourism Enclave and the aviation hub at Benton, which spans 20 acres. Finally, Professor Okoye was elected the head boy of USEC during the 80th anniversary of the school. An accompanying citation recognizes various contributions to the school and his pedigree attained nationally and internationally in politics, laws, and development. Professor Aaron Michael Okoye is married to Major retired Mrs. Alberta Boatima Okoye, and they are blessed with children. His hobbies include playing soccer, table tennis, reading, writing, and music. Mr. Chairman, it is this person that I commend to all of us, Chairman, that this House, that he takes the chair of this House as Speaker. The Chairman, appropriately, I do so move. Thank you very much.
Any point of order? Point of order, sit down. He did the same thing, sit down. Come on, my microphone is live. He did the same thing. Give me a second. I second.
Mr. Chair.
Hey, you cannot speak. You cannot speak. I am up on a point of order also.
Mr.
You will
Chair.
not be able to speak here. Because I'm also up on a point of order. The way you rose to arrest my speaker is the same way I am rising to arrest him. I am rising on a point of order. Mr. Chair, I am rising on a point of order. I am challenging you that the person who gave you the rate, that you are the order, is the deputy registrar who stands. He is not a bailiff. And we are rising on a point of order. You must respect my leader.
Mr. Chair.
He cannot proceed. He must speak. I am leader. He must speak. Respect our leader. Second the motion.
Mr. Chair.
I want to recognize I said earlier. I second the motion.
I rise Ken's motion, ably moved by Honorable Oseche Mensabo. Chairman Clerk, just for the record, I want you to lay transparently the service and processes that were served on you on the table, with evidence of the belly and the hour and time of which he signed to serve you. Lay it for our purposes. That is required of law before we proceed further. We want proof of service late, but I'd like to respect it to satisfy myself and to find out from you, Chairman Clerk, whether when you receive service, you actually communicated same to the MP-elect as is required by law. What time you serve? So lay the proof of service and let us know whether when you receive service, because my colleagues that are senior lawyers in the Jerigodi versus Issa 1989, the clerk is not the attorney or lawyer for the MP-elect, and therefore you must establish further whether you serve the MP-elect those processes. So kindly lay it before the table, the proof of service, with evidence of the value who serves you. And then whether you have the power you are exercising, my question is whether I execute the ruling.
Mr. Mr. Chair, respectfully, the invitation by Honorable is well grounded. Suffice to state for the records that the MP-elect, for the records, was in court. At the time the order was read, he was in court with his own lawyers, and the court records was there. And as a Ghanaian, it is my duty to inform this House on such facts, so that, Mr. Chair, we all be at peace that perhaps the invitation on you is even superfluous, because the MP-elect himself was present in court when his matter was argued. His lawyers were there. When his case, the ruling was made against him, he was in court. At least for the records. Mr. Chairman.
I will lay the document for the information of the House. The document was served on the clerk to Parliament for my action. So it wasn't served for the purposes of me serving the member.
Disgracer, national service. We are talking about national service. We are talking about injunction. An